Good morning, everybody. We're out here on another little hike with some of my new gear. Going little ups and downs here. It's still at the trail that's just close to home. Haven't checked in though, but been busy with working and running and training still. A lot at once. But Kim's out here with me this morning somewhere. Yeah. Started off a little below freezing. We got out here, I think it was like 28 degrees, and it's warmed up now to 34. But the sun's out, it's going to be a pretty day. But I have on a few different new things that I'm trying out today. So far they're working out well. The Outdoor Vitals jacket that's rated for pretty cold. And then an Outdoor Vitals sun hoodie for an extra layer. And then I got one of those mesh tops for a base layer. And surprisingly, with all the fishnet holes in it, though, it is what they claim, very warm. And then I went yesterday and got new shoes. I'd always been wearing the Ultras, and I decided to go, after a lot of reading and research and everything, I decided to go with the Topo because they have the rock guard in them. They're the Adventure, I believe, 5, but they have the rock guard and better grip on the bottom for wet surfaces. So far they are really comfortable. I thought I would try them today though, and then save them for the trail actually. I have 51 days to go. So everything's falling together. Our last items should be coming in soon. We'd ordered 2 batteries from Flextail. They're supposed to weigh like 5 ounces a piece, 2 10,000s. Because the ones I had, they were a little heavier. And just trying to cut some ounces any way possible. This morning started off with my water, 2 liters of water. And everything else fully packed. I started off at, what was it, 13? 13.10. So.
No, it's 14.10.
No, 14.10 with my water, with all my water and everything.
Mine was 13.
Yeah, Kim's is 13 with what she's got packed in there, because it's not fair for her not to have to carry a little load too, since she's out here. She needs to have a little extra weight just to keep us even. But I'm thinking though, the only thing I gotta add is food. And I'm thinking around 4 days worth of food, 4.5 days. I'm gonna try to hold that to about 5 pounds. So I'm hoping to stay below 25 pounds. And I do have on I keep going back and forth between the bottoms I want to wear. So today I have on a thinner pair of hiking pants. They're not the wool ones, but then I have the merino wool tights under them that I hope I can use for sleeping and hiking. The lightweight ones though, I do have the medium weight, but the lightweight ones are so much more comfortable. And as long as I can keep the top part and my trunk part warm, I'm good. Oh, and then Kim did order me some little lightweight, I'm gonna call them ice cleats that slip over your shoes. What do you call them?
Ice cleats.
I call them ice cleats.
For sure. Spikes.
Spikes. Just in case, because I'm not for sure about going through the Smokies. Some people say you can expect snow and others say you can't. And I'm just going to be prepared either way. Because it's a good possibility there's still going to be some ice. So as soon as they get here, I make sure they'll fit over my shoes. And that should be about it. And then just training and waiting on time. And then I'm going to work just through the end of February. So those last 20 days can be all about training and a few shakedown hikes, and I'm going to go stay in my tent. The only place around here I can really stay in it, so state parks, federal parks. So I'm planning on spending at least 2 nights out there. Probably at Fort Pickens so that I can hike some on the Florida Trail. Since I have that on my 4-Out app, I'm going to make sure I know exactly all the ins and outs on that. So everything won't be a learning experience once I get out there on the AT. But out here when it's a little cooler and brisk, it's a good day though to go hiking and try everything out. All right, I'll check back in later. Checking back in, but we took a little side trail and discovered a little creek that the water is this super clear. It'd be perfect if it was summertime. I'd be wanting to bring me a chair and sit right down here in it and have a picnic. We may be coming back when it gets warm. Okay, or when I get off the AT. It's so clear you can see if there was a snake or anything in it.
A bunch of deer tracks.
Yeah, the deers are really using it for water, but they done quite a bit of clearing or something. But this is for the power lines too to run through, so I guess that's why they're down here doing a little bit of work. But we're on mile 5.34. Doing good. Had to take off some of our jackets, but I'm really loving these shoes that I got, the Topos, and they also have an arch support and the heel locks in so well. But we're gonna head on. We're still out here exploring and making some miles. I'll check in when we get close to the end. Checking back in again. It's really warming up quite nice. It's so pretty back over in here. We're on mile 6.3. Got a few little ups and downs, nothing like the AT. I really wish that I would have had more time to go to the AT and train on some small section. But we did go to the Pinhoti a few months ago for a few days. And it was close, but not quite the same. But this does have some little ups and downs in it. But when I get out there, my plan is just take it slow and easy the first week. Settle in, get used to everything. And then worry about increasing my mileage after the first week or two. And it really depends upon, the elevations and my legs, and I'm not as concerned now about my feet getting too sore with the rocks. You can see water out there though. It's really so pretty. And as it's getting closer and closer to my date of leaving, I'm getting more and more excited. I'm just ready to get out there. I even had thought about moving my date up a couple of weeks, but the lodge is already booked up. And I got one other little family obligation that's happening the week that I am leaving. So it'll be fine. At least maybe I'll miss some of the really freezing cold and snow. But some snow would be pretty. That'd be a really good experience to start out with. See these cypress knots though, again? I finally learned from a trail that we did in South Florida that they help stabilize the trees, since all these cypress trees grow beside the water mainly. Water's pretty. It's moving a little bit, but not much. Head back out though and keep moving. Doing all right?
Yep.
It's a big old tree. At least with doing a few hikes in Georgia, I do have an idea of what to expect. So there's not a lot of surprises as far as rocks and the terrain and some of the elevations. But the tenting thing will be a new experience. We're still having very unusual weather here for Pensacola and Florida in the whole. Used to, it'd snow like once every 8 to 10 years. And now it's doing it last year and this year. And we're expecting some super low temps this weekend. Below 20s. And they're saying it might be a little mixture. I hope not, because we're both working, so we'll have to be driving in it. The snow is the prettiest when you can just sit home and look out the window. All right, I'll check back in again. I forgot to do our little finish video and tell how many miles we went. And so we went 10 miles, just a few, little bit over 10 miles, had a good hike. And now off to Target to buy a few things and then home to cook lunch.
I'll see y'all later.
Keep sending me the good thoughts and stuff though, because I'm going to do this. Bye.
Yes, she's gonna do it.
I'm going to have to do it. I'm driving my
You're driving
family
me crazy.
crazy. All right, I'll check back in later. Bye.